What the fuck is up, y'all? Crazy McKormik here. I did not mean to use a curse word. There goes my monetization. It's limited now. So how's it going, everybody? How's everybody's week? Mine actually did pretty well so far. Well, other than having to just do nothing but work, everything's actually been running good. Over the week, I ended up messing around, fiddling around with some stuff. Oh, this John? Yeah, this I got this boy at the gathering, like they had the whole fucking thing. So yeah, good looking out on that, Don. Don Chaos up in the chat. I also see Bizarre17 is up in here. But anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, like I try to do some additional work when it concerns like my setup out here on OBS, and I almost fucked up and erased everything and would have had to start over from scratch, which would not have been good. That would have been a couple of sleepless nights. I'm not looking forward to something like that. Luckily, though, I was able to get some of the stuff that I was looking into squared away. So I was basically, yeah, had to reconfigure a couple of things here and there. But other than that, I'd say everything is in the good. Yeah. Apparently 4A2 is investing in poop dollars, so that's a wonderful thing. Oh yeah, today I ended up going on a mini adventure with my little boy, and we went to the video game store. I picked up a couple of games, just 2 games, and I see, yeah, Keith's the homie. .gang. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, so 2 games I picked up. One of them from my youth, which was Shining Force 2, which is actually a very good strategy turn-based role-playing game. Not like Final Fantasy, I will say. It makes things it's a little bit different. So instead of having to deal with only 4 people in one party, you spread them all out. Like it's almost like Stratego in a way. But other than that, the only other thing that I ended up picking up was Ocarina of Time with the Master's Quest. It was like a pre-order, and you know, for like the GameCube back in the day. I think it was for one of those fucking things. It was for one of the Legend of Zelda pre-orders. So now I have 2 of the pre-orders. I have the collection edition and Ocarina of Time with Ocarina of Time's Master Quest, and it has more demos on it. So this is fucked up because like I was like, I want to stop buying games but the store keeps on picking up fresh ass shit. You know, I want to stop buying games until the end of the year, and it's impossible for me to fucking do that when they keep on posting all of the cool stuff that they keep on getting. And this was one of them things, you know? But yeah, I love the Shining Force series. I'm looking forward to playing that once I have some available time. That's my week. So I hope everybody had a week as good as mine. Obviously, you know, with me buying video games and shit, like that's just a video game store. A used video game store is me and a kid, you know, me like a kid in a candy store. And, you know, I get to see my 8-year-old running around yelling skibbity toilet at the top of his fucking lungs. I have to grab him by the hair in order for him to stop. You know, usual parenting stuff. It's impossible. I have bought over 1,200 games this year. Dude, I probably spent maybe about $5,000 worth of video games this year. But nevertheless, like that's neither here nor there. Now, one of the, yeah, skibbity blow my fucking brains out is correct. That is the correct response. So, one of the things that I was saying earlier before we get into the news and before we get into some entertainment, one of the fucking things that I was talking about was redoing my setup here on OBS. I'm setting things up so that way I can start doing reaction videos on my reaction channel, because I took a look at the analytics on that for over the week, and I am consistently averaging around like somewhere between 80 to 85 views in a 24-hour period. And that's actually more views on that channel than I am on this channel. And both of them I stopped completely since like February of this year, before I started getting back into doing this channel. So I wanted to redo some setup shit so that way I could get things set up for the reaction channel, possibly do standalone videos on this channel, and see where we go from there. Because let's face it, I need to get some more fucking attention on this channel. I would like to grow this channel. I would like to start averaging maybe 500 views a show or something like that, just to start it off, you know? Nevertheless, that's enough out of me. Let's get down to business. The first thing I have to say is this, and this was actually something that I heard from a couple of other people, and I just saw this on Facebook, and it is officially official, y'all. So it looks like King 810 is going to be doing a show at the Crowfoot the day after Hallowicked. So that is, I believe, where's the Crowfoot? The Crowfoot's in fucking Flint, Michigan, I think. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't fucking know. Google it. Google the Crowfoot. So, Friday, November 1st, King 810 presents Memoirs of a Murderer, their album, in its entirety. So, this is another band that's going to be doing an entirety album show, or tour, or whatever. And one of the special guests that's on there, as you can clearly see with the big letters, is Esham. So, Esham's going to be performing. I don't know if it's going to be... It's probably going to be King 810 that's going to be fucking headlining the show, and then Esham just kind of like opens up for him, which would be nice either way. You know, like King 810 is dope as fuck. Very good fucking band. Esham also very good, and he's starting to perform with a fucking band. I believe he performed with a band at the gathering of the Juggalos this year. And apparently that's not it for Esham, but like some of these other bands that are on there, Barefaded and Escalation of Force, and then there's this other one. Oh god, that logo at the bottom left is black metal as fuck, and with the way that the flyer is designed, it makes it even harder to read. You know, that literally, like, you know it's a good black metal band or a good death metal band when their logo looks like a Michigan street tar shape. And it's like literally any black metal fan in Michigan could look at the road and be like, that's my favorite band. But that's but that's dope nevertheless. So Esham is going to be doing some shit like right on the cusp of Hallowicked, and that's dope for Esham. Apparently there's another thing that Esham's got going on, and it's this motherfucker right here. And this is an official RLP show at the end of the month in November. Esham's going to be doing a show with the Amino Acids, Wiccans, and the Hatchet Man Project over at Harpos on Harper Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Doors are $30 in advance. Doors is $35, $30 in advance. It's an 18+ show, and the doors open up at 6 p.m. It's a motherfucking rock show. Now, I don't know who the Amino Acids are. I don't know who Wiccans are, but I definitely as fuck know who Esham is, and I know who the Hatchet Man Project is. Hatchet Man Project, if you haven't seen Hatchet Man Project live, they are dope as fuck. They are absolutely dope as fuck. Basically just doing ICP covers, metalizing them. They do some pretty dope shit. And I have to say that it's an incredible fucking watch. Like the last time I saw a band that did a fucking cover of anything Insane Clown Posse, not Richard Cheese, but an actual metal band. I think the band was called Dig Six Down, and this was like back in 2002. They were doing a show with Twiztid, and they opened up and they did Everybody Rise. Like they did a hard rock metalish cover of Everybody Rise. Black metal fans are the worst. I disagree. I mean, I like certain black metal, but like I will say there are some elements of black metal where it's like, oh, it's not true Norwegian black metal like Dimmu Borgir or something like that. You know, like there are a lot of metal elitist. Fairy Tale Solos is correct. There are a lot of metal elitists, especially like those that say that gent isn't a fucking genre or a subgenre of metal. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Like you have got to tell me that you will actually accept dubstep metal as a proper metal genre over gent. Fuck you. May Meshuggah kick you in the fucking nuts. But that's not what Hatchet Man Project is. Hatchet Man Project is straight up fucking hardcore metal. And they basically figure out how to do covers of Insane Clown Posse songs. Do they even have a full album out? Because god damn it, they need to. You know, like Hatchet Man Project could literally fucking do metal versions of each Joker's card one by one, and it would be fan-fucking-tastic. Especially with like, if they did The Great Malenko in its entirety as a metal album, I think that would be great. But you know that they would just bounce around because they haven't really perfected everything. And that's it for Esham. That's it for the RLP news. We need an album and a tour. You know what I need? I need a fucking Red Bull. I knew I forgot something. If it's not production quality, it's my beverage of choice that I tend to forget. I got my vape. The show's running fine. Oh, what do I forget? My fucking Red Bull. All right. So we got to go on to the next thing, which is ICP news or psychopathic news. Pretty much the same fucking thing, right? And that is Shaggy 2 Dope. I saw this pop up. So KMK is doing a tour. They're going to be having Rehab and a couple of other people. And apparently now they have added Shaggy 2 Dope to their October 19th show in Oklahoma City. So the Okies are getting a little piece of 2 Dope, which is dope, you know. So it's going to be at the OKC Farmers Market in Delmar Gardens in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And let's see, Satellite Touring, Psychopathic Records, The Shaggy Show, like those are the sponsors, I guess. I mean, in a new way, Slipknot is new metal, and in another way, they're not. Shit, when Slipknot came out, there was one guy who told me that it was thrash. He was like, I'm a huge fan of Slipknot. They're thrash. I'm like, that's not thrash. Like, thrash is closer to speed metal than anything else, or it's the same thing. It's just you know, what is it? What's in a name? You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is bothering me having my cursor on here, but I need it for purposes. Anywho, so yeah, October 19th is going to have Shaggy 2 Dope being on this KMK show, which is dope. I know that a lot of people are not really fully happy with the setup and layout that KMK has right now. And I think part of it is because they're missing Daddy X and Dirtball. But I gotta say, it's a lot better than that rendition that they had with fucking D-Loc and, you know, just D-Loc and Saint before Saint died. I'm sorry, but Saint was good at the beginning, but I think Saint fucking sucks. Just hands down. I never gave Saint a fucking chance with his solo work, but I do like I like his, you know, him being on the very beginning album. And when they tried to bring back KMK, him being on that follow, you know, the newest album, I guess post Subnoise. But let's be honest here, if it doesn't have Daddy X, Johnny Richter, D-Loc, and now Dirtball, I'm not excited. Like, I loved when they invited Dirtball to be a king, and when they came out with Long Live the Kings, and he was all over that fucking album, and it was fantastic. Like, I love that album. Like, that album and Fire It Up are two really good albums. I know that everybody has a fucking love boner for the song Tangerine Sky off the Rolling Stoned album. You know, if you listen to KMK, but I don't. Like, I do like Rolling Stoned, mind you. And Rehab, literally, there's only like one song that I know from Rehab, and it's Bartender. And those motherfuckers ended up having Alan Jackson in their music video for that song. They turned it into a fucking country song. And I don't know if DJ Clay is on the entirety of the fucking like tour, or if it's just like whatever. But as far as I know, it is KMK primarily doing this fucking tour. As a matter of fact, I probably should have tried to find the flyer for the tour, so let's see if I can find that. Okay, so Kottonmouth Kings tour date, blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, they're all over the fucking place. Trying to see, okay, where are they at right now? Okay, so I guess this is their Strange Days tour. Yep. And let's see, they've already done their tour. Wow, they were in Marion, Ohio and Jefferson City, Missouri, performing with Bone Thugs and Harmony. They also did Bone Thugs and Harmony and Immortal Technique in Louisville, Kentucky. And yes, I said that correctly. August 24th, but that's not what we're going with. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to save the image here. And this is the Strange Days Tour Part 2. So I'm going to have to add this onto the list of shit. So, I mean, you know, strange, like these motherfuckers, they're fucking juggalos. I don't know what else. I don't know, let's see, I don't know who else is going to be doing shows with them. Maybe I should take a look into that as well. But, you know, other than that, this is what they got going on. So starting on the 9th, so in 3 days, They're going to be starting in Fargo, North Dakota. Of all places, they're going to be in Fargo, North Dakota, at the hall in Fargo Brewery. Oh my God, that's disappointing. Let's see. On the 10th, they're going to be in Superior, Wisconsin at Earth Rider Brewery. So it looks like a lot of small shows. Let's see. And all it says is that it's just going to be, it's just Kottonmouth Kings in rehab. So it looks like DJ Clay is just doing a guest spot for that one show. On the 11th, Minneapolis, Minnesota at Granada Theater. October 12th, Lincoln, Nebraska at the Royal Grove. Wow, there's some open dates that they have. I guess the booker got stoned and kind of forgot. Let's see. 10/13, Des Moines, Iowa at Lefties. And then if they book this fucking date, then they have the 17th to be announced. So they got like a 4 days off. October 18th, Fort Smith, Arkansas at the Majestic. This is the one that we were just talking about. On the 19th, Shawnee, Oklahoma at Backstage Music with Shaggy 2 Dope. Wait a second. This is different. This is the flyer that they're posting. Like, this is the flyer that they're fucking posting for the shit, on Fago Lovers. This is the actual flyer. So we have two conflicting locations. We have two completely conflicting locations. So who do you trust? Because I got this right off of the Kottonmouth Kings website. Like just now. The 20th, Dallas, Texas at Club Dada. The 24th in Glendale, Arizona at the 44 Sports Grill. Man, this is terrible. Like, these are all like fucking small venues and bars and shit is what it feels like. Anybody that's in these locations, just let me know what's, like if I'm wrong on this assumption. Let's see, Glendale, Arizona. Yeah, I already read that one. The 25th, Cedar City, Utah at the Blackbird Bar. The 26th is another TBA. Let's see, it got changed. Shaggy's announcement that... Oh, Shaggy announced that weeks ago? Alright. Okay, well then I guess it's at this spot. Because maybe... Yeah, the Okie show? Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma at the OKC Farmers Market Del Mar Gardens. Damn right. And on top of that, it looks like Psychopathic Records is booking it. I mean, like, we got a better spot for you, for us. And then to close out the fucking tour, with Kottonmouth Kings in rehab, Parker, Colorado at the Wild Goose Saloon. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Why is it with all of these small fucking venues and shit? Like, the last time I saw Kottonmouth Kings, it was during the time that they had the fucking Dirtball era. And, when they had Dirtball on the team, and they were touring with Twizzler, and it was like, I don't remember what the fuck the tour was called, but I got a shirt for it. And I've actually gotten some shit for wearing the shirt because of the fucking beef, the so-called beef. But it was Twiztid and Kottonmouth Kings, and it was at the intersection, which holds like 4,000 fucking people. Yes, thank you. The Chaos and Chronic tour. Yes, and I've gotten shit for wearing that shirt. Why doesn't anybody play Chicago? I guess because Chicago? They're not as big as they used to be. But dude, at the same time, it's like you have like the Juggalos as a dedicated fan base. I mean, I know that there were some Juggalos that got pissy over some remarks that D-Loc made a long time ago and tried to fucking cancel him and say that he was a racist or some shit, which I personally don't understand the concept of a white dude being in the hip-hop game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the clowns are coming to Joliet. That's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough to Chicago. Yeah, because, like, Anon, think about Chicago and think about their traffic. Yeah, I mean, part of that I can understand. Halloween all year, because it's they got a new lineup. That's why they are playing smaller venues right now. But they still have like the core people, because I know that they got D-Loc and I know that they got Taxman. And what the hell is going on with my fucking frame rate? They still got D-Loc. They still got the Taxman. I don't know who all is on the team right now. Maybe that's something that I can possibly look up. Are they still selling Kona Gold? Because I know that they're... Oh, yeah, that's right. Chucky... Chucky Chuck Don't Give a Fuck. I know that he's on that, too. I know he's on the team. Trying to see who else. But yeah, like... I mean, as of right now, I definitely have to say I know for a fact that, like, D-Loc... And if they can get Johnny Richter back on the team... like, those two were the fucking bread and butter. And yeah, they were having problems with their management a long time ago. That's why they started having issues when it concerned, like, who owned the rights to Kottonmouth Kings, whether it was Kottonmouth Kings themselves or Strange Music. And they battled those motherfuckers for a while. And then that's when D-Loc and fucking Saint Dog fucking came up with a new Kottonmouth Kings album. I remember all of that. And I listened to it and I was like, man, this is hot garbage. Like, it doesn't feel like a Kottonmouth Kings album anymore. And maybe I'm wrong on something if it's like, in the future, some newer shit comes out. And I know Saint's gone. Saint's not with us anymore. Yeah, I remember ICP talking about that on a podcast, or they were just like, I'm going to make it a sole mission to try to bring back Kottonmouth Kings. And they pretty much did it on their own in a way. But I tell you this, Kottonmouth Kings definitely needs to be in the 2025 Gathering of the Juggalos main fucking stage, because they were there for the first Gathering of the Juggalos. And if they're not at the Gathering of Legends, then fuck all. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's it for Kottonmouth Kings and Shaggy Two Dope news. Let's go into the next thing. And now this next thing, this has been something that a lot of people have been fucking talking about. I've seen Don Chaos fucking talk about it. I've seen MUJ talk about it. And I'm sure that everybody else who has a podcast or thinks they have a podcast is also talking about it. The homie Darby coming out with his new album, Garden. It's on pre-order right now. You can pre-order it on iTunes, I guess. I'm not going to fucking do that because I stream all my shit. But I'll definitely be giving this a listen to. And I was listening to Midwest Unite Juggalos, or is it Midwest United Juggalos? I can't fucking remember. But I know I was watching it. I was there. I was in the chat. Don Chaos saw me in the chat. He was live and in charge with the fucking boys on that fucking show. And they were talking about Garden. And then they started talking about this fucking wisp that they had on their fucking thing. Which I agree with Darby. It was a cat. I still think it was a cat. You can't fucking like that's the hill I'm willing to die on, guys. It wasn't a fucking demon spawn thing, whatever. It was a fucking cat. But nevertheless, Darby O'Trill Garden is gonna be on all fucking social medias, all fucking streaming services and shit like that. I don't give a fuck if it's mid artwork or not. Like, you got to remember, like, these guys are pushing out shit. Like, how many albums did they have fucking come out this year? 30, 35 or something like that. Like, these motherfuckers are hustling. And in a sense, like, if you really think about this, it's like it doesn't have to be super pristine, because like being super pristine would probably not be Juggalo as fuck. You know, like just kind of half-assing it has been, and somehow making a successful thing out of it has been like the Juggalo success bookmark, or it has been the fucking road. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just seems very fucking Juggalo as hell. With the drawn on fucking, I don't know if those I don't know if the daisies that he's pushing up in the garden there are like just drawn on, or if it's like, or what. It looks kind of drawn on, but it might also look mid as fuck because of the size and quality of the fucking picture, because the picture is only a 400 by 400. Like, that's weird, because if there's, you know, it would be weird that there's sunflowers when he's in the dirt, dead looking and pushing daisies, basically, you know? But nevertheless, like, think about, like, this was another thing that I was thinking of, okay? So you know how Ouija, like, when I saw this, and they made the announcement of Garden and everything, the first thing that came to mind was Ouija Macc's 4 elements. Did you ever notice this? So the trash fire, gutter water, stale wind, you know what I'm saying? Fucking wasteland, dark planet, right? Now, so far, Darby O'Trill has come out with, so now you have Creek, you have Garden, and so, like, it's kind of almost, in a sense, following the same thing. Because at first, the original joke that I was going to make was like, okay, he's come out with Creek, he's come out with Garden. I'm wondering if the next album that he comes out with is going to be called Tree, or something like that, or if it's just going to be like some monosyllabic or one word fucking entity that has something to do with, you know. And then it hit me, the elements. Okay, so he's got to fucking, you know, he's got to come out with something that's going to be fire-based and air-based, because he's already come out with something that's earth-based and water-based. So if he's following the same formula that Ouija is fucking doing, which so far that's my assumption, then he's got to have something that's fire-based and air-based. Unless I'm wrong, and then I just gave him a good idea, and his next album is going to be called Tree. Unless that's going to be like the follow-up, because you know how you had gutter water and then water damage. So now he has Garden, and the next one's going to be Tree. But what's also interesting to me is the fact that he has like these one-word album names, right? Piecemeal, then Gully, then The Tomb, then Creek is Darby's releases. Yeah, but like, since he's been on Studio 17, so you probably can't, maybe you can't use Piecemeal and Gully in that fucking, idealism. Okay, so ATWA, I'm not familiar with that. It looks like an acronym. Please educate me, Anon. You got to remember, I'm fucking old. An atheist with avatar bending powers. No, like Bizarre says mountain. No, how about this? Make it mountains and it's just a pair of titties. There you go. That look like dirt. Dirt titty sprinkles. There's the next fucking Darby O'Trill album. Titty sprinkles. Okay. Oh, Atwa was Charlie Manson's eco-activism stuff. Right on. I got you. Now, before I get into this, what the fuck am I saying? Ip, ap, ip, oop, up. Anyways, so I find it interesting that a lot of these album names have like just a one-word fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But then you take a look at the track listing titles. And the fucking track listing titles usually have nothing to do with nothing. Think about think about this, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, spinal fluid smoothie, and then the hook of the song is "I'm a piece of shit, I'm a piece of shit," or the chick at the barista joint can't get my name right. They call me Darby. Well, that one's closest. But anyways, yeah, take a look at the track listing on here. So you got one, Diet Root Beer Shampoo. You know for a fact that it has nothing to do with that. See, oh, air, tree, water, and animals. Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work? The Sound of Suffering Trapped in Skin featuring DJ Chunk. Okay. Quit looking at me. You're making my shadow nervous. I love, like, that was one thing that they were talking about on MUJ, was like all of these long title names in his songs and shit. I'm like, dude, I love it because it's just, it's so fucking ADHD. It's astonishing. Helbin Collin featuring Shaggy the Airhead. Dick down in a bucket full of beans. What the fuck? There, and like at no point does this make any fucking sense whatsoever. Crooked Pastor Blaster. Okay, that one makes a little bit of sense. Skullbone Sucker. Oh, I see it. Yep. Blistered Hands Wipe the Sweat from My Brow. Omen of the Body Bag. Multicolored Mood Ring. Baptized in a Vat of Acid featuring Ouija. Somebody in MUJ is going to take that from me. Ouija. Let's see. What else we got? A Man Made of Scabs and Guilt. Smokeless Tobacco Spit is Gross Just Like You. Curse of the Ancient Skin Tags. The Burden of Being. Close the Gate. Don't Let the World In. Like, I love like, at no point does fucking does Darby O'Trill releasing the track listing health matters any whatsoever, you know? But I love the fact that like these, but like you see the fucking vast difference though. You have all of these long ass fucking title song tracks, song track names. What's the album's name? Garden. And I love Darby. Like, but like I'm pretty sure there's a method to his madness. I just don't know what the fuck it is. But apparently there's also like a mystery combo package type of thing. So like if you pre-order physical copies off of, I'm sure it's either C17 or Darby's own website, there's a mystery combo. So you buy the album and it comes with something else. Although I do like the like, take a look at the disc itself. Like, if you can. I don't know, you might have to fucking full screen me. I don't know, because I can't full screen this myself. I didn't set it up for that specifically. Maybe I should create a new scene for shit like this just in case. But it's all sunflowers and they got like a fucking evil face. And I love that shit. Yeah. It's for subscriptions or whatever. Got to put money into the service. Yeah. But I don't know if it's just for like physical pre-orders, because I doubt that they could do something like that with iTunes pre-orders or anything like that. But personally, fuck buying, like, this is just me personally. Like, anybody else is entitled to do with whatever they want with their fucking money. But me personally, I could give fuck all about, like full album digital releases. It's going to be streamed anyways. And so I believe that the release date for this is November 1st, right after the fucking gathering of the Juggalos. I didn't look too deep into it at all. You know what? I'm just going to do that right now. November 1st, I was correct. Yep. So, like, I saw the picture and I skimmed through on Fago Lovers because I didn't want to make it seem like I was trying to jack on, jack their shit again, but I do it anyways. And I'm openly admitting to that at all fucking times. So, yeah, the day after Hallowicked, the same day that Esham is going to be performing with King 810. We will have this fucking John. And in like mystery combo, I'm pretty sure that you have to go on the website in order to fucking get that. Following the rabbit hole. I love November. Oh man, I'm gonna love November on November 6th. I'm just saying. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. I'm gonna get into the next couple of fucking things. And then we're gonna have some fun now, because like we're done with psychopathic news, we're done with RLP news, we're done with C17 news, we're done with KMK news. I wanted to point this out because there was somebody that I follow, and I'm pretty sure that some people have already seen this shit. And it was this tweet from Jelly Roll. Yes, I'm gonna still say tweet because fuck calling it an X post, but Jelly Roll ended up saying the music is all that matters, and some ninja ended up asking, would you do the Gathering of the Juggalos 25th if they asked? And right off the rip, he said yes. Now, what's funny to me about this, I mean, that's cool, because Jelly Roll has done 9 gatherings, right? Jelly Roll has done 9 fucking gatherings. He is a Juggalo. I don't give a fuck if he's doing country. He is a country bumpkin fucking Juggalo. And we've had those before. But where I got this from, okay? Where I got this from, they were basically trying to lead the idea that it was already confirmed that Jelly Roll was going to be performing at the Gathering of the Juggalos 25th. He's not. They haven't even started booking it yet. Okay, so to whoever saw this and thinks in their head that Jelly Roll is already confirmed the Gathering of Legends, you're fucking wrong. Jump Steady doesn't start booking this shit until the beginning of the year. I don't give a fuck if he caters to the industry. The way I look at it, think about it like this, okay? Jelly Roll has been around for quite some time. Like I said, he's done 9 gatherings. So that means that there's at least 9 years that Jelly Roll has been a part of this fucking shit. No, he earned his shit. He earned his fucking shit. He earned where he got. Just the same way how Rehab fucking earned their spot when they came out with that fucking Bartender song and had Alan Jackson all over their music video and blasting it all over CMT. The same thing with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll has not changed who he is as a person. It's the same fucking, like, the same argument that you're trying to fucking make is trying to say that Tech 9 fucking sold the Juggalos out. And Tech 9 has always said, I'll never go mainstream. Mainstream will go Tech, and that's exactly what he did. When there was bullshit that was going on with Tech, and like Juggalos threatening to put 17 in him back in the fucking day, oh, the kibosh on that ended real fucking quick. But Tech never fucking sold the Juggalos out. And I feel like Ouija has also never sold the Juggalos out. You mean to fucking tell me that just because he doesn't rep ICP on a t-shirt or have a tattoo of a Hatchet Man, that he's not a fucking Juggalo and that he automatically fucking sold out because he's on mainstream music? Bullfuck. Bullfuck. That's the same thing with trying to say that, like, the Hurricane sold the Juggalos out because he signed to the WWF. And he's a fucking Juggalo. It's the same thing with a lot of these other fucking people in the music and entertainment industry that are fucking Juggalos. You mean to tell me that Steve-O is not a fucking Juggalo because he was on Jackass, which was on MTV at some time? So to tell me that Jelly Roll sold the Juggalos out to go popular is absurd. Absolutely fucking absurd. I am very happy with where Jelly Roll is right now. I am very happy with how much of a fucking grinding motherfucker that dude is in the music industry. He deserves to be where he's at. The same argument could also be fucking made for Insane Clown Posse themselves, that they sold out 60,000 fucking Juggalos who bought Riddlebox just so they could sign with Jive. The same argument could also be made for Insane Clown Posse as well when they signed to Hollywood Records, which is owned by Disney. When they ended up flipping the shit so that way they could get signed to fucking Island Records for an extra $1 million. So if you want to continue to try to say that Jelly Roll sold the Juggalos out to get those million mainstream fans, you're dead fucking wrong. He deserves that shit. And as far as I'm concerned, he is still loved in the Juggalo community. So anybody who tells me that Jelly Roll sold anybody out, suck my fucking dick. As a matter of fact, I've got a video right here where he ends up talking about his experiences at the gathering of the Juggalos. And yes, coming from Bootleg Kev.
By the way, have you done the gathering of the Juggalos?
I've done it 9 times. Damn. I have tripped acid all 9 times. I was there the year they threw shit at Tila Tequila.
Yes. Yes. So I love this about him. And this is him as he's pretty much on the rise. I forgot to find the official time in which he did this fucking video. I'm going to have to find that. Okay, real quick. This was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago when he came out with this motherfucker. When he had this shit. All right.
Oh, I was there. It was awesome. It was so incredible. It was the greatest moment ever. She got on stage and they started booing her.
Yep.
And then she just like leaned into it and like pulls her top off and starts shaking her titties. And like, she thought like Juggalos would be like, oh, well, no, we're going to cheer for that.
Right. Yeah, because if there's anything that's going to stop a mad crowd, it's going to be a midget girl's fake ass fucking jugs. Right. Not.
These are Juggalos, bitch. Everybody out here shaking their titties and fucking smells like my pecker. It's fucking, you know what I'm saying?
I watched this before I added this onto the fucking playlist, and this is that fucking line is still fucking hilarious to me. Yeah. Yeah, see, like that's the way I look at it. It's like him shining, you know, like in an ironic sense, even though he's country right now, he's still 17ing.
Not because I'm a Juggalo at heart, not because Juggalos stink, but because they've been camping for 5 days in the woods in fucking 80 and 98 degree weather and doing drugs.
Listen.
Right? And you're shaking your tits and they just start throwing just bottles of shit and piss at her.
I'd like to point out I haven't met many Juggalos that I've came away from being around and said, they smell nice.
Yeah, well, listen, I've got some of the best drugs and weed on earth. I can tell you this. If I have a car, oh, sorry about that.
Just pop it right on.
I've been fucking with this to the point I've been trying to break it for
Just
an
take
hour.
it off.
Yeah, no, I want to plug the cash. You know, I might have did it though.
There, it's
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Fucking let's go, son.
Where do you find a fucking tent-sized denim jacket? Like, you ever wonder? You ever wonder about that? Look, you know the size of fucking Jelly Roll. Now, you know what? I've got a fucking awesome story when it concerns Jelly Roll. So it was around, like, I think 2015, ICP and Jelly Roll were fucking touring with Mushroom Head. And there was this kid that didn't, like, he lost his ticket, or he came to the shit. He came to the show with no money and no ticket. And he was like, asking people for, like, to slap him and give him $1 for it. Be like, if you give me $1, I'll allow you to slap me. And Jelly Roll's walking around and nobody knows who he is at the time. You know, like he's that fucking underground at that time. And he was just like, yo, I will buy this dude's ticket if a bitch can knock him on his ass. And my ex, my baby mama, was just like, I'll fucking do it. And she fucking just, pat, knocked that motherfucker. He stunned his ass. And he fell flat to the fucking ground. And we saw that dude later on, and she gave him a big hug, and it was fucking excellent. And then when Jelly Roll jumped on stage, he was like, yeah, I bet you guys didn't think I was the big motherfucker walking around that was going to be on stage, right? Like, he fucking walked around with the fucking Juggalos, hooked this dude up, and got him in. So, like, that's fucking, like, that's some, like, to me, I thought that was fucking Juggalo shit, and he just he loves the fuck out of the Juggalos, as far as I'm concerned.
If I break down on the side of the road and I see a car pull up with that hatchet man on the
you're
back,
good.
Thank you. The most genuine people. That's why I say I'll always be a Juggalo at heart. Those people are the best people on earth. And you want to get good acid? You call a fucking Juggalo. If you don't call a dude that's a fucking deadhead, if you got to either have,
I mean, I'm not in that equation. I will say that. Flat the fuck out. I am not in that equation because I don't do drugs. I am a square.
a teddy bear tattooed on you or a hatchet man tattooed on you to give me any psychedelic except for you, Kev.
It's
literally.
It's so funny. There's like teachers now with like hatchet man tattoos and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That were just tripping balls watching Tia Tequila get absolutely
just wearing
shit
big old Janko pants,
for
fucking
sure.
Great Malenko jerseys.
You know what's funny is, like, I don't think Jelly Roll understands that Bootleg Kev really doesn't like Juggalos or ICP. Like, he's admitted to Jay, like, I'm not a fan of your music. I've heard a couple of things, but I'm not a fan. You know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just fucking, remember those Jinkos?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't remember Jinkos?
No, but
You never had a pair of Jinkos?
My cousin.
And they're back too, by the way. Mostly I see chicks wearing fucking Jinkos, but they're not really like Jinkos. You know, they're like Jinkos. You know what I'm saying?
Was a big Juggalo.
I'm
though.
guilty. I had a pair of Jinkos.
But do you remember like the bottom of them? How like
Yes.
crusty they'd get because they drag under your
They would
shoe.
drag. Oh my god, I love crusty stuff though. You could probably tell.
But
Big
you could
fan
put
of
a whole
those.
2-liter in the pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you could put anything. Listen, yo, this is the advantage of being fat. I have this pocket right here in my denim jacket. I can put a bottle of tequila in, smuggle it anywhere.
Wow.
True story. I am
Right.
always. I normally have a bottle of tequila on me. When you were at the liquor store earlier, I thought that's what you were getting, so I didn't bring any.
No, I get water.
Oh,
Was there a drug bridge at the gathering of
yes,
the Juggalos?
it was the best bridge ever.
So there's like so at the gathering of the Juggalos. I don't know if it still is the case,
I gotta take you.
but there's a
Right, he
supposedly
needs
like
to
a
fucking
free
go.
drug bridge or some shit, right? And I heard there's like a fuck hut.
No, like the fucking drug bridge was not free, and I don't think that there's such thing as a fuck hut. I think that was the raw dog line, and that only happened 1 year. From at least as far as I know.
Yeah, dude, it's a community fucking
I
festival.
wonder what that smells like in there though.
Like, that's the one thing I think, like, wow, the way that Jelly Roll fucking explained that to him was just like, it's a festival, it's a community festival. Because, like, in Kev's mind, and I think in a lot of other people's minds, it's just like 100% nothing but debauchery and insanity and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, yeah, it's partially that, like, if you know where to go, but for the most part, it's really people just fucking chilling, at least until the show. Yeah, okay, so it happened 2 different times, like back to back, probably the same chick. I don't know.
The fuck hut.
Well, I have a reference point, but it's just
Did you ever fuck in the fuck hut at the gathering?
I never fucked in the fuck hut at the gathering.
But you fucked.
I fucked at the gathering. The gathering fucks. It is awesome.
Yeah.
It will change. Listen, so they used to have it Cave in Rock, Illinois. The only way to get there was during the day by ferry. You had to take a ferry, or you had to drive like 4 hours around the other way to get there, or you could take a ferry over.
It was on
I
private
took the
property,
ferry.
so they could do anything. Right?
Anything. It was a complete fucking chaos. It was absolute lawlessness.
Which honestly, like the lawlessness has kind of died down a little bit. Like this year's gathering of the Juggalos that I went to, it was actually very tame. In comparison to some other fucking gatherings that I've been to in the past.
You know what the same thing of the gathering is? Mud parks. I play mud parks all the time. These festivals, these off-road ATV parks, they're the gathering for country people. They go out there and camp for 4 days and fucking, it's lawless. They do drugs, they fuck, they fucking drink themselves to sleep, they catch shit on fire, and they ride fucking four-wheelers. It is heaven on earth.
I mean, other than the fucking four-wheelers, I'd have to agree there's a lot of fucking similarities. Yeah, Cave and Rock was definitely much more lawless. I mean, like, you remember, granted, I only went to one gathering in Cave and Rock, and that was in 2012, and man, what we did to that fucking guy's car, man. Like, what we did to that guy's fucking car, fuck that thief. Still, 12 years after that, still, to this day, I say fuck that thief.
It is the best experience.
Yeah, I agree with Molly Gruesome on that one. If you think the gathering is dead, you aren't doing it right. Dude, if it wasn't for this year's gathering, I wouldn't be back here on YouTube doing my podcast. Like, it literally fucking inspired me with everything that had gone on to start doing shit on social media again. And whether you like that or not is entirely up to you. However, like I said in my gathering review, seeing my homies on stage doing a Hot Wings contest, my own little personal fucking hide and seek game with all of my homies that I've met over the last 15 fucking years, meeting new people, doing, hanging out with fucking people, going to the shows. The shows are so fucking awesome. It's basically like, unless this dude is being facetious and still playing the whole, this will be the last gathering we'll ever have in our life, after every other fucking gathering that we've had in the past. It's basically the old canceled joke, But like the gathering of the Juggalos, I honestly had a absolute blast, and sober at that. Didn't drink, didn't do any drugs, and I had an absolute fucking blast.
Every time I play one, I pull up early. I have somebody bring the four-wheelers out. We tear shit up. It is a blast. The gathering's the exact same way.
But with golf carts instead of ATVs.
Everybody's there for the music and peace. You don't hear people arguing. People are just talking shit to each other.
The Juggalo thing, it's like a family-oriented fan base, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, that's their whole thing is family. Yeah. Dude, I'll take you to one. They're a ball. I tried to play this one this year, but I had a scheduling conflict.
I've been to a few shows.
Dude, I would have dropped the fucking show to deal with the scheduling.
They do it the last night too, but
they did a tour with Tech Nine, Kottonmouth Kings, and Bone Thugs.
That was one of the biggest tours ever.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes, what a fucking tour.
I saw them at Mesa Amphitheater.
What was the name of that tour? It had a crazy name too.
Yeah, it was like
really big.
They did Mesa Amphitheater, which is like 6,000 people sold out, and they were fucking launching 2 liters into the sky of Fago.
You know how hard it was to sell hard tickets back then? You couldn't, you had to advertise like traditional ways.
True. Like I remember
word of mouth.
Well, you know how I used to always just pick up a New Times, which is like a free newspaper in Arizona, and you just go in there and see what shows. That was the only way I knew what shows were coming.
Okay, so I think I've had enough of this. They're just off the fucking mark. But obviously you can tell Jelly Roll absolutely fucking loves the Juggalo community. He loved going, like I said, 9 fucking shows that he's done. And without blinking an eye, would you go to the gathering of the Juggalos 25th if they asked? Yes. Simple and blunt, yes, he would. Jelly Roll, Juggalo personified, I don't give a fuck, as far as I'm concerned. So, I gotta say, so I gotta go on to the next thing. And this I saw, and I felt like I needed to share this. There's a huge happening in the YouTube Juggalo community on October 17th. And it has something to do with one of my fucking wrenched mods. Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing this all the way through. Because this is important shit. Okay. Are you ready?
I want to know, are you ready? Ready for what?
The Rizzler. This man.
Because, y'all, once again, the carnival has spoken. You know, the carnival definitely provides, and what better time? Because, you know, we are in the month of October, so I am saying here officially now, mark your calendars. This is some straight juggalo, some straight jugg shit.
Okay, so... Okay, that's a bad place to fucking pause it. I know Don Chaos is up in the chat. I definitely gotta say, turn down the music so that way we can hear you a little bit better. Because the music is a little bit more overpowering. But I'm sure that you figured that out. By the way, dope-ass fucking zip-up. I still, to this day, love the Lakeland Lunacy boy that you have up on there.
October 17th.
17!
The official return of the award-winning.
Okay, you know what? Here, I'm gonna post that up again.
17th marks the official return of the award-winning.
See, yeah, nobody watches Don Chaos, but he won a Replicon Award, you know, like in 2020, over a vast amount of other people who do podcasts and shit who won Don Chaos. But, you know, nobody watches him. Sure. Believe what you want to believe.
The one who has won the Jug Awards for Best Jug Interviewer. That is right, October
Which was definitely earned.
the official return of the podcast. It's official. So make sure you guys are liking
Officially official.
everywhere. Spread the word, y'all. The award-winning Hours of Chaos podcast makes its return Thursday, October 17th. The carnival has spoken. The carnival once again provides and works in mysterious ways, y'all. So go.
Oh, damn, he got a haircut.
If you want to be on there, just let me know.
Okay, like, I can't fucking beat that swag. Like, I can't. Whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever, like I said, you know, believe what you want to believe. That's why I've been fucking ignoring you. You're worthless. So, yeah, like I said, and like he said, mark your calendars, y'all. 17th of October, Hours of Chaos is coming back. And I am on a mission right now to try to help this motherfucker. He is my homie, he is my brother, and I am trying to get him up in numbers. So if you haven't subscribed to him already, subscribe to him. If you're Comerica Bank, don't subscribe to him and just leave him alone. With that being said, congratulations. Your peen just got like a half an inch bigger because I said your name. With that being said, I love Don Chaos. He is my homie. And I've known him for years. And what happened to his original channel, getting fucked the way that it did, he didn't deserve that shit. So let's try to help him bump his fucking numbers up. And we'll do what we can to try to get him monetized up to 1,000 subscribers all over again. That's how it is. and I've had enough of you. Be gone, demon. Alright, and now, with that being fucking said and done, let's try to have a little bit of fun. I mean, aside from me having the fun that I'm already having, moving along, let's watch some fucking music videos. I still gotta, like, before we get into the big fucking name, I gotta bring up a Juggalo, or at least a Juggalo favorite, that came out with a video in the last 2 weeks. His name formerly was Krispy Kreme, Froggy Fresh, and he's still the baddest.
2024. Me and Moneymaker Mike are back up in this. I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I'll mess with y'all.
like not even 10 seconds into the fucking song, and it's like dude, I saw Froggy Fresh opening up for ICP the first night of DCG Con, and I bumped into him. Dude, he is so fucking short. Like, him and Moneymaker Mike are absolutely cool, and I was just like, bro, I can't believe how well you killed that shit. And he appreciated what I had told him. Of course, he was with short hair at the time, but still, you know, like, I think it's interesting. Like, he's coming out with all of these little remakes of some of the old songs and bringing back Moneymaker Mike. And Moneymaker Mike's got a fucking beard. I don't know what's weirder, Moneymaker Mike with a beard or Froggy Fresh with really long hair. Like, it's like, what the hell? But like 10 seconds in, they've already got me giggling because of how they started it off. And then in this shot, like, he's trying to creep closer to Moneymaker Mike, and Moneymaker Mike is just like creeping away from him at the same time while holding all the stacks. Yeah, his hair got fucking long, and he's been working out too. So, but I don't think he flexes at all. And this being like a remix, like a remade beat for the Baddest.
Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my specs, I'll bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my specs.
And what's funny is, like, it's almost down to the fucking wire when it concerns, like, the difference between this music video and the original music video. He's like, when he's at the fucking mic and he's like looking around and shit, like looking nervous as hell. He's got the fucking snot coming out of his nose and shit.
I bet you that she calls. I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives.
Even if you had infinity knives.
I'll punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with a nightlight, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I'll light your fart on fire with my rhymes.
Did you see the fucking booger? It was the fucking most wonderful fucking thing, seeing this shit. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. And just like the deadpan fucking look in his eyes in this fucking camera shot. It's absolutely hilarious.
You think I won't? I do it all the time. I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. You know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. It's just in my stacks, I bet you that she calls. Yeah, I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. It's just in my stacks, I bet you that she calls. I have 400 cars.
Like, I feel like that there was like a complete bar set that was skipped over. And just like, what is it about this guy? Like, what is it about this dude that really appeals to the masses? Like, I'm still trying to figure this out, because it's like one of those it's so bad it's good kind of things. Like it reminds me a lot of Danny Kaye. It reminds me a lot of just, I don't know what else to fucking compare it to. I've always said that the way that he does this shit, where it's like, but the difference though is like, this is so bad it's good, but it's being done on purpose. You know? Like Danny Kaye, it was kind of like done on accident, but this shit was done on purpose. But everything about this is just fantastic. And then the shit, like, if you remember, like, back in the day, like, the popularity of this fucking, of the original song, The Baddest, actually got him a spot on Tosh.0, which, just like the fucking Juggalo kid from Tosh.0, like, that skyrocketed the shit. And he just kept on fucking doing more songs. And on top of that, the songs ended up becoming, like, like all of the songs ended up becoming like a fucking storyline as the music videos came out.
I have 400 scars and 400 guitars. I have 400 houses. I have 400 mouses and 400
snot bubble, bro.
I bet you I can dance better than you. I bet you don't know 2 plus 2 is 4. It's 4. Now go and shut the door, cause nobody wants to see your face no more.
Why did he feel the need to have to say that I can't see him? This is Froggy Fresh. It's not John Cena.
I'm tough as nails. You're slower than a snail. I beat up every single person in jail. I dare you to try and punch me. My face is so hard you'll say, ouch, you crunched me. I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. It's just in my stack.
He's scrapping the pop filter. Ouija Macc and Froggy Fresh should box to see who is the king of the short rappers. No, it's got to be a 3-way wrestling match between Ouija Macc, Froggy Fresh, and Light. Because Light's pretty fucking short too. If anything, I think Light might be an inch taller than Ouija. I don't know, Ouija's short. He's teeny. I said that last week. He's teeny. And so is he. It's just like, I was in a fucking room. Like, I was in a fucking hallway that consisted of Light and Froggy Fresh, and I towered over these guys. Like, I fucking was scared in a way, because short people you don't want to fuck with. They hit you right in the shins, and that shit hurts.
I bet you that she calls, cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. It's just in my stacks, I bet you that she calls.
Did Moneymaker Mike have to stand on his knees in order to fucking share the same shot in that last one as Froggy Fresh? Hold on. Yeah, he's on his fucking knees. Like, dude, that's like an extra fucking 6 inches of height that Moneymaker Mike has on, no, not even that. I think it's like an extra foot that Moneymaker Mike has on Froggy Fresh. And I do love the fact that he brought out, he fucking dusted off the Mac Miller shirt for that. And has the fucking bling. One says Moneymaker, the other one says Mike. And look at all that fucking cash. Like, I didn't know cash still existed.
And I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. It's just in my stack.
There's a cat in the fucking background. Like, we're like 10 seconds away from the end of this. There's a cat behind the guitar. The one of 400 guitars that he has. And there's a cat in the background. Just
Froggy Fresh and Moneymaker Mike. I already told you we back up in this.
And that's the end of the fucking music video. Now, for what Froggy Fresh does with his fucking music videos, phenomenal. Because, like, you have to understand Froggy Fresh is doing this badly on purpose. But there's only one question that is on my mind that I don't know if Froggy Fresh has answered or not recently. And I'm pretty sure some of you might know what that question is. If you're a Froggy Fresh fan, then I'm pretty sure you know the question that I want to ask Froggy Fresh. I'm gonna wait in the fucking chat. I'm gonna wait for the chat to catch up. I want to see if they're gonna say what I think they're gonna say. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, he does still make a living doing, like, he does this. He does like you gotta understand, Froggy Fresh is one of many characters that he does, and so he makes money off of all of it. Moneymaker Mike makes a living just by existing, because he's fucking Moneymaker Mike. Yeah, I want to see, like, I would love to see Froggy Fresh also at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Like, him and like, he in his own right is a fucking legend, and I would love to see him at the Gathering. But I also want to see Danny Kaye at the Gathering too. I don't know if the Gathering of Legends can handle that level of epicness. So, okay, so no one has even so much as tried to take a stab at the question that I have for Froggy Fresh. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Why was James crying? That's the answer I need. I need that question answered by Froggy Fresh. Why was James crying? Don Chaos with Danny Kaye and Froggy Fresh collab. Are you trying to make the fucking earth explode with that level of riz? I don't think the Gathering could handle that. Like, they have to be separated. No, I'm sure that Froggy Fresh has a music video either. Yeah, Cluner is another one. Cluner is another example of what it is that I'm talking about. Like, the Juggalos love Froggy Fresh, they love Danny Kaye, they love Cluner. We love those "it's so bad it's good" kind of things. Like the movie Family. Like, that movie is so bad it's fucking good. The Big Money Hustlers movie, so bad it's fucking good. Too bad he don't play Halo MCC. Now, like I said, though, I'm very sure that Froggy Fresh will answer this question if he hasn't already. But I gotta know, why is James crying? So the next, I'm probably going to end up having this channel, or not this channel, but this entire fucking live stream completely fucking demonetized by what I'm about to play. But the next video that I have is actually a music video for Ouija Macc's song Fire Buggalo. Which, interestingly enough, like, there were Juggalos out there that didn't like the idea of the word Buggalo coming out. I was just like, dude, he already used Thuggalo. Like, you could take almost any fucking letter from the English alphabet and put it into Uggalo, and it's gonna say something else. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, let's watch this, because like, I saw a screenshot. It definitely looks like something that was Gathering shot, just like the fucking music video. Yeah. No, it was the lathering of the buffaloes, you know, or if it rained, then we'd be Muddalos. But yeah, so kind of similar to that Scum and Insane Poetry and Smalls 1 joint that I played, I think it was last week or the week before. This was Gathering shot, so let's take a look. I haven't watched this video, so... Yeah, so this is 100% Gathering shot. You won't see me on this bitch.
Listen, motherfucker, you been talking, you done said enough. Sneak up in your crib, I'm pouring gasoline on all your stuff. Oh, I said it up, I'm about to let you call your mama up. Bitch, time is up, and I flip the match.
Man.
In the flash, I'm out that motherfucker. Remember when my stepdad said I was a firebug?
Okay, so, like, hey, look! Turkey legs and pork chops. Hell yeah. It's like, I love watching Ouija at the Gathering. No fucking lie about that. It's interesting to see how much fire is in this bitch. I like fire. Alright. Oh man, that's pixelated as fuck.
Listen, motherfucker, you been talking, you done said enough. Sneak up in your crib, I'm pouring gasoline on all your stuff. Oh, I said it up, I'm about to let you call your mama up.
Yeah.
Bitch, time is up, and I flip the match, and in the flash, I'm out that motherfucker. Remember when my stepdad said I was a firebug? Pyromaniac, Ouija Macc, about to light it up. Burn this ass alive, night sky, looking bright as fuck.
Okay, so far that I'm getting out of this is it's about a pyromaniac. And that he's a fucking pyromaniac, and that's why there's a lot of fire in the background. Okay, makes fucking sense. Yeah, I'm enjoying this shit.
We gon' burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down, fuck around. We gon' gather all the ash. We gon' burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down to the ground. Oh man, welcome to the Macc. We gon' burn that bitch down.
I love his little dances. It's fucking... I don't know why, but like I enjoy those little dances that Ouija does. And they're just like... It's almost innocent and cutesy, you know?
Fuck around, we gon' gather all the ash. We gon' burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down, burn that bitch down to the ground. Oh man, welcome to the flame to your brain is a thing I deliver. Setting shit on fire, get me through the winter, bring it to a simmer. Cooking up my dinner, looking like it's about to be a beautiful December. Put you in
Jesus.
a bag, burn you while you wriggle, till there's nothing left but some bones in a zipper. Chop 'em with the sickle like a fucking vegetable. Was a cucumber, now your ass is in a pickle. Falling on the ashes, landing on my lashes. As I blink my eyes, I can see your body vanish.
Titties! Blurred out titties! Yep. Yeah, everybody has been pointing that out recently, is that his profit paint is very similar to the style of the kid in the Chris Benoit video. And I see it, but what I'm wondering is, like, why the fuck... He's teeny. He's teeny, and as a straight man, I have to say, it's cute how... Like, it's cute seeing him as a teeny guy fucking doing his little dances and shit. Like, I'll actually catch myself fucking doing that shit while I'm at work if I'm listening to Ouija Macc or Darby, and I'm actually dancing along to it in the way that he would fucking dance. And then, you know, I get a bunch of co-workers that are looking at me funny. Oh, okay, so DJ Chunk does the exact same face paint style as well. But I'm wondering, like... It makes me wonder, it's like, why that specific face paint design did he decide to start using and calling it what he calls it? And I agree with what Don Chaos said. His live performances are amazing. And yeah, while he's short on that stage, he's like 10 foot tall. But then again, you know, there's also like an extra 6 feet of stage or 5 feet of stage. And this dude's like 5'1". Or 5'2" or some shit. Like I said, Ouija is teeny. Yo, I think I saw my homegirl fucking Deflet Leslie. Hold up. Oh, okay, that's a dude. Never mind. It was like the camera was moving so much because like the fucking braids and shit. But yeah, dude, that almost looks like a shirtless Toxic. Like the guy in the direct center with the braids looks like a shirtless Toxic. Ugh, my bad. Oops. So much fire. Yup. Burn that bitch down. That was an interesting fucking side shot because it was like him, like, you know that this was all shot on the stage as he was performing this. Oh, damn. Damn, I gotta move that cursor. Look at his sock game. Yeah, like, his sock game is fucking strong. And on top of that, there's C17 socks. Fuck, bro. Like, you can't fucking hate on those socks. Yeah, he definitely commands that stage, like, no joke. But back to what I was saying. Hold on a second. Like, look at that shit. Like, that side camera shot, and it looks like he's in a completely different place. Like they recorded this different, you know, in a different spot because of the background with the woods and shit like that. But you know that they're on stage doing the damn thing. Dude, I totally forgot about that. I forgot about him being on stage in a car and all that shit. Shit. Oh, I see what you were doing, Bizarre. See, I'm really enjoying a lot of the fucking Juggalo shots where they do close-ups of the fucking Juggalos. It really shows that they're loving the shit out of this performance. I mean, it's like what fucking Don Chaos said. He commands the stage and he does it very well. Like, I got to hand it to him on that one. Like, there was this one person who I was talking to that said that she really didn't like listening to Ouija Macc all that much, like on wax. She doesn't like Ouija. And I was like, yeah, but you have yet to see Ouija perform live on stage. And I was like, I agree with you to some extent. Like, listening to Ouija is one of those situations where it's like you can't really listen to him nonstop because everything kind of just blends together and it all sounds similar. However, when you see him on stage, there is a different level of intensity and energy that Ouija brings to the fucking stage. And I experienced that personally at the gathering of the Juggalos 2021 when I was hanging out at the time with Toxic Plague Entertainment, and everybody, myself included, that was in that crew fucking turned the fuck up. Like, seeing Stony when Ouija fucking came out, Stony was just hype as fuck. Like, he could not control himself. Like, he got into it. There was a huge different level of energy that, and I'm feeling it right now talking about it. Like, I'm getting fucking fandom flashbacks of that energy feeling right now. Like, fucking, like, there was a huge difference of level of energy that Ouija brings into the crowd, and that's one of the reasons why I really love seeing the Juggalo shots when they're showing close-ups of the Juggalos, like, perched up on the fucking guardrail and the barrier, because, like, you can see how well they're really feeling it, including the fucking toxic doppelganger with the fucking dreads that I mistook for my friend Leslie on accident. Like, you can see the level of energy that Ouija brings out into the crowd, and the crowd is just feeding off of it, and he's feeding off of them. And, like, I literally could feel that shit. It was intense. Like, Stoney's the homie. Regardless, like, Stoney is 100% the homie. And we locked it in, our friendship, we locked it in that gathering. I like this chorus. Whoop whoop, indeed. Hold up. I saw somebody else in the crowd that I think I recognize. Nope, I was looking at glasses guy to the left of the, to the right of the Wicked Clown. At first I thought that was Mike Cole, but definitely fucking wrong. It's like, I'm 0 for 2 in this fucking crowd right now, man. Aww. Yeah, he's giving us the heart. Yeah, that Ferris wheel and shit, too. Hell yeah. Dude, dope shit. And one chick, I think they didn't blur out her fucking titties. But there were 2 chicks that they had in one shot where the titties were fucking blurred out. Alright. Fantastic. I actually enjoyed that video, even with all the stop and go, and I love the fucking way that that album feels. I gotta spin Dark Planet and give that a fucking run. Like, no fucking lie. I want more ICP music videos like this when they would show the crowd, like, imagine if they did a music video, here comes the carnival at the gathering. I mean, that would be nice. That would be fucking dope. But I don't know fully what... Dude, oh my god, okay, ADHD brain kicking in. Take a look at the stage. Look at how many fucking glow sticks are there. That is not my fault. Unfortunately, I did not see Ouija Macc at the gathering. I was busy doing other things. Neddin'. But anyways, otherwise I would have definitely been throwing glow sticks up there like a motherfucker. And I got one more video, and it's not even a music video. I came across this, I think it was like the Aussie Juggalo or something, that ended up posting this video like a couple of years ago. And it's Shaggy dissing Twiztid for 10 minutes straight. So I figured that that would be a good clincher for this fucking show. Let's laugh at Twiztid.
I shouldn't even be talking about no shit like this, but I think in 2020 is hindsight. We should have been there for nothing else but for you, regardless of what it was. It was something that you guys wanted us to be there, and we let all this other shit get in the way. Now,
I do have to say that when this video, like this clip fucking came from, I reacted to this in its entirety. And at the time, I have to say that, like, I have to commend Paul for realizing that they fucked up. And I was like, okay, well, let's see, and I said after the reaction video that I did, I ended up saying, okay, let's see where they go from there. And it became a pander fest. And it's been like that ever since, which is unfortunate.
Of whatever the fuck it is. And at the end of the day, we fucking let you down. Because we should have seen through it and just been there. And I apologized. I said I would never talk about it again, but it's just been on my mind lately. You guys wanted us there. You needed us there.
Yeah. And y'all were just like, nah, we're not going to do that, but we'll take the paycheck at Juggalo weekend. Remember?
And we let whatever interfere with that.
Paycheck.
And I apologize.
Paycheck.
I apologize for that.
Paycheck.
It took a while maybe for me to see what that was.
When the paycheck fucking ran out.
Have you ever seen anything sadder than Monoxide publicly apologizing for not playing the march 5 years after it happened?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
And Keegan's just dying.
And I apologize for that. And that'll never happen again.
Like, what? Okay, so, like, whoever like edited this probably didn't need to put this much emphasis on the I apologize for this.
You know what I mean? No, this shit bothers me.
So that's the same fucking joke.
It got to a point where it's like that. Like, I just want to tell you guys, because I know there's a couple of y'all that are like, man, fuck. And I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather listen to a new Twiztid album start to finish, watch Wrap It Up twice in a row, or get kicked in the balls? Kicking the balls easy.
See, like, this was the ruthlessness of the fucking Juggalos when they would fucking super chat Shaggy and Keegan when they were doing Shaggy and the Creep Show, fucking asking questions about, like, would you rather blah blah Twiztid this, that, and the other. Fucking and I forgot what all of them were. Wait for it.
Would you rather listen to a new Twiztid album start to finish, watch Wrap It Up twice in a row, or get kicked in the balls?
Watch Wrap It Up twice in a row. I know. Like, I miss seeing Shaggy and Keegan together.
Kicking the balls easy. Easy. There's nothing to debate.
I mean, I agree with that, though. I have not so much as tried to even listen to a new Twiztid album. Like, them going rock and then fucking having that fail and then having to jump back into, hey guys, you remember when we did the Green Book? Well, we're doing a full fucking tour of the album in its entirety. Pandering. It's either pandering or paycheck.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to debate there. What's up with the riders, and are you guys going to do any more psychopathic riders on your side?
Like, like they ended up announcing that they were no longer going to be doing anything Dark Lotus related or Psychopathic Riders related because of the whole thing with the split. And the funny thing, though, is like what he's about to say is the whole, like, on our side.
My side of what?
Like, that's the one thing that I hated is, like, okay, like, Shaggy is very fucking self-aware of the fact that there is a split, okay? And so, like, when people are going to say on your side, they're talking about with Psychopathic, because on one side there's Psychopathic, on the other side there's M&E. And I have to say, for Shaggy to fucking try to act like he's denying that it exists, or that M&E fucking exists at all, it to me is just, well, fucking retarded, I think.
What I'm saying, there's nothing to debate there. What's up with the riders, and are you guys going to do any more psychopathic riders on your side? My side of what?
Like,
there's
I guess
only,
it's psychopathic?
there's only like a few psychopathic riders records. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean on my side? The riders are the riders. That's that. You know what I'm saying? There's no other riders.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck. And you know, if there are, that's just perpetrating that shit.
Can I be one?
And I love how that pops right up. Perpetrating ass shit. And it's the riders. When fucking M&E decided to fucking come out with their own Riders album, which, in all honesty, like, I have to, like, I mean, hey, like, I'm not a very pro M&E guy. Like, I have not supported M&E since the split. But I will say that I have no problem with people who do. I only have a problem with the people who don't like my decision. Because if, like, people try to tell me my Juggalo-ness or something like that because of the fact that I only support Psychopathic in Chapter 17 and shit, like, literally the only people out of the entirety of Magic Ninja that I no longer support is Twiztid. And since Twiztid are basically like the Don Megas of Magic Ninja Entertainment, like, everything that gets released off of Magic Ninja Entertainment, they get a small piece of, and I say fuck that. So, like, anybody that's signed to the label, I can't really fucking support. You know, like, and that's just how it is for me. Like, that's the way I understand the business aspect of it. Maybe they might have a different business model. I don't know. But if I did know, then I would be more willing to fucking support the people on Magic Ninja that I do. You know, because I would love to sit around and listen to Blazy Dead Homie and Boondocks and shit like that. But I'm not gonna. Because as far as I know, anything that comes out with a Magic Ninja logo on it, they're going to get a small piece of it. And even if it's like 1,000th of a cent for my click, on YouTube Music, I'm not supporting it. But I'm not saying that anybody else that wants to support them shouldn't. Just like how I expect people to not tell me that I should support them. Fuck that shit. Now, as for this Riders album, like, this is the one thing that I will say, like, that's funny that the dude's pointing at it saying perpetrating that shit. However, I will say this, the Riders was purposefully designed so that way the Rider, like, even if there was a split off or something, they could still play their fucking Riders characters and do shit as the Riders. Like, as an example, so like the first album, Dumpin' came out, and it consisted of Fofo, Cell Block, Lil Shank, Bullet, Full Clip, and Twin Gats. I can't believe how I was able to rattle off those names just like that. But Twin Gats ended up fucking going missing, kayfabe. And later on, Twin Gats came out with a full Twin Gats album. Little Shank has a solo track called The Game Ain't Got No Love. You know, so like the Riders is meant so that way all of the Riders members could do the same shit that they were doing as Psychopathic Riders as a whole. Now, Diet Lotus, on the other hand, is a completely fucking different story because they were like, oh yeah, well, we got Twiztid and we got Blaze and ABK, so we can do a fucking Lotus album. Fuck that shit. But I think with Shaggy and I think with Jay and Shaggy, like, to them, they will never do, like, they said that they will never do another thing involving Dark Lotus or Riders ever again because of the shit that happened between them and Twiztid, and now Blaze and also ABK moving to Magic Ninja Entertainment. But Twiztid and Magic Ninja Entertainment coming out with that Diet Lotus album, and I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Were they just thinking nostalgia, like, or was it like supposed to be salt in the fucking wound? Because like they had 75% or whatever the fuck Paul said of Lotus. So they were like, well, we got a majority of the we got a majority of the team, so I don't see a problem with us doing a Lotus album. And it's just like, nah, fuck that shit. Like, it should have just stayed dead in the dirt, and now you just basically full on perpetrated yourself by coming out, like the Riders album, that's a different story. But Lotus, on the other hand, completely different fucking story.
Why not? Everybody else is nowadays. Just make up some silly name and rap. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Everybody else is doing it.
Right?
Just come up with a silly name and lay a shitty rap down on an instrumental, and there you go.
That's my.
Obviously,
I will have one by Friday.
That is the criteria to become a writer nowadays.
And how do you
Right.
feel about Twiztid continuing with Dark Lotus and the Riders?
It's sad. Right. So very sad.
Like, and I agree with that. Like, all of them coming out with the Lotus shit, like, I agree with Shaggy on this one. It's fucking sad. Be like, hey guys, yeah, member, this is member berries, dude. Like the new, like them coming out as Dark Lotus was just full on fucking member berries.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's embarrassing to even think of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking about them doing two projects they had to be talked into doing. You know what I'm saying?
They damn sure did.
Straight up, like fucking, when we were doing Riders, remember we flew out to like fucking Denver to do a couple tracks. Like Plane was at the motherfucker. Fuck that! I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? This, you know what I'm saying? We
They're like, Dark Lotus. What the fuck's a lotus? You know? I was like, man, it's a flower that grows at night. You know, it's dope. It grows underwater and shit.
I mean, that is an interesting concept if you really think about it. You know, like that's like a lotus being a rare flower that only blooms at night and grows in the fucking water. Like that's unique. And Dark Lotus in and of itself as a fucking group was also very unique. Having the fucking, you know, having the whole concept, but like with everything that happened with Dark Lotus. It's very dark and grim, which, I mean, a lot of us really like dark and grim. But it's just like, now it's just like even worse because of the split, and then Twiztid comes back as Diet Lotus and fucking basically tainted it.
You know, the fact that somehow they tried bringing that shit back with just them, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's like fucking, I don't even know. That's like fucking Star Wars coming out with a movie without fucking any of the cast. It's just like fucking. I think it's just.
I think it's funny that Shaggy had to fucking try to make a Star Wars reference in comparison to this.
It's another, crazy. I think it's just another jab at it. It's another jab. Like,
and so Jay ends up saying that he thinks it's another jab at them. No, like, this wasn't really a jab. This was a fucking member berry. And it's just like, hey, you know that one time that we did Dark Lotus? You remember? Yeah. We're going to bring it back, fam, you know, for the nostalgia feel. Like, fuck out of here.
They didn't even love that shit. They had no love for that. It's like they sit around, like, talking about what can we do to piss them off. Like, that's their meetings. Like,
I mean, yeah, like, I've heard that they've had certain meetings that were very similar to that. Hell, I've heard about them having fucking meetings in their office over at, you know, State Farm, fucking discussing how do we shut up this specific YouTuber. I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
what can we do to? That's how I feel. Like, they just sit around. What can we do to piss off Psychopathic?
To me,
You know what I mean? Like,
that move right there to me is like rock bottom type shit.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
that's
it's like a junkie being at rock bottom. You know
that's
what
why I feel so alien to them now, man. The guys we knew weren't like that, man. They had dignity. You know what I'm saying? This is so low and shitty.
Twiztid's
like Jay ending that, like, I feel so bad for fucking Jay for that time period when they were doing the Diet Lotus shit, because yeah, that was kind of rock bottom, and it was really showing because, like, there were a lot of people who were doing shit that I fucking was doing, where I was like, I am never listening to Twiztid ever fucking again. Like, they will get no money out of me. I'm not going to any of their fucking shows, because I'm definitely not. I'm not buying any more of their merchandise. Like, everything that they were doing as Magic Ninja Entertainment from the time that they denounced the, you know, declined the march, and then everything that they did after that, it was just like basically taking a pistol and shooting holes in your fucking arm. Yeah, and it was like, at some given point in time, like, the only way that they could try to keep as many fucking juggalos in the fold as they possibly could was to re-release old shit, do fucking tours where they were doing the old shit albums in their entirety, or trying to have some sort of a sense of nostalgia feel, which Ridas and Lotus were definitely two of those fucking things. And as far as I know, like, one of those two is no longer on the list of members of Magic Ninja's website anymore. Like, they actually have a thing where it shows, like, okay, who's on their who's on their major label, a couple of people that are on their secondary label, and then they still have like a couple of nostalgia things like Lars and Gibby Stites. And I'm not sure if it's either Lotus or Ridas, not anywhere to be seen on that website whatsoever. You can't even click on it to see like a history behind it or anything like that. And I think that's one of those things where they're like, okay, we severely fucked up. And as of right now, like, I hear little to nothing about anything that is Magic Ninja or Twiztid related, except for the Fright Fest shit that I saw coming up. And there's apparently, I guess there's also like an Alazul Elu tour coming up, which I did not talk about. I didn't grab the flyer or anything like that. But let's see, every fucking week I'm talking about new tours and shit coming up. You know, and mostly I'm doing that because, like, I'm having a hard time trying to find other fucking things like this that I want to fucking do.
New album is worse than Bald Ricky's hairline.
Wait, what?
No, man, the guys we knew weren't like that, man. They had dignity. You know what I'm saying? This is so low and shitty.
Twiztid's new album is worse than Bald Ricky's hairline. Sheesh. Reconcile with Twiztid or slap Keegan in the teeth. I'll be like, hey, you gotta take the teeth bump.
I love this because it's like it's a never ever ever gonna fucking happen again kind of thing. And I think that juggalos know that, but they'll say this shit just to fucking get a reaction, which is working wonderfully, splendidly, if you will.
So I ran over by an SUV. My neighbor, by the way, you ain't cool if you haven't been dragged by an SUV. Plus, she is a Twizzler. Okay, that sounds pretty fucking stale. The whole all three parts of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything you stated in that sounds stale as fuck.
Being dragged by an SUV, that's terrible.
Yeah, that sure is.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Being a Twizzler, oh my goodness.
Which is worse though? Like this, I don't know. Maybe Shaggy does say one of those three things is the worst. Probably being a Twizzler. Oh, side note: those coasters that they have are fucking fresh. Like they're video game coasters. Fucking Shaggy's got an Excite Bike boy, and fucking Keegan, of course, has Mario 2. Like Keegan loves the Mario series. Like, no lie.
Talk about horrible. You know, anything you've seen with ICP and Twiztid since Magic Ninja came about is because of us making it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the behind the scenes realness. You know what I'm saying? It's us having to fucking beg them and fucking pay them ridiculous money, give them masters the fucking records and shit to make that shit still happen, to put on the facade that we're still cool like a family. You know what I'm saying? God
damn, the fucking wordsmithing in this explanation is just immaculate. Hold on. We're going to start it over again. Jay. Hi.
With ICP and Twiztid since Magic Ninja came about is because of us making it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the behind the scenes realness. You know what I'm saying? It's us having to fucking beg them and fucking pay them ridiculous money, give them masters the fucking records and shit.
I mean, like, at that point, yeah, I mean, I remember the tell-all. I sat there and I watched the whole fucking thing. I should just do a special show where I just react to the entire fucking tell-all. You know, let's go back, you know, let's take that Wayback Machine and fucking watch that thing in its entirety. But, I don't know, maybe I'll make that a members only thing, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, see, like, you could hear the level of hurt that they had in their voices when you watch this fucking tell-all specifically. And what's fucked up, what is so fucked up is that, like, this was like right after they fucking left and shit, and we come to find out that this is what they've been doing, like, this entire time, fucking milking the teat of Psychopathic for money, for masters. Like, how, like, I'm curious to know, like, how much money were they asking for? And what sucks is, though, is like Twiztid knew that they were a fucking draw for the Juggalo shit. So when they left and they started acting strange, they fucking ended up, you know, started fucking just milking the teat, basically, you know? And they would basically, like, from what I'm understanding with the way that Shaggy's explaining it, like, they would ask if they would perform at, say, a gathering or something like that. They'd be like, not for that amount of money. And so, like, they would fucking sweat ICP and Psychopathic to try to get more money out of the shit, and then more money in masters and all that other shit, so that way they could build their fucking shit. And it's like, yeah, that's that. When I remember when I watched this fucking interview, that shit was heartbreaking.
To make that shit still happen, to put on the facade that we're still cool like a family. You know what I'm saying? And that couldn't be anything further from the truth.
They're so overshadowed by us, you know what I'm saying, on every aspect of their career, and I'm guessing...
And that's not you made Twiztid.
Absolutely, but when he says we overshadow him, I just want to state, that's not his guesstimation or anything like that. That's a fact. That's, I mean, business-wise...
Yeah, that's factualation. Because, like, let's be honest here, Twiztid wouldn't be anywhere they are right now if it wasn't for Psychopathic. If it wasn't for ICP taking Jamie and Paul under their wing and basically putting them in the forefront of interviews and shit like that and shows. Because like I remember hearing Jay say like if they were invited to like to like, you know, a fucking venue or a concert or something like that, if they didn't accept Twiztid, then they couldn't get ICP. Yeah, exactly, Don. They knew that we were their core audience. And still to this day, like, I think that everything that they tried to do with trying to turn their shit into like a metal thing just like fell flat on their face. Even with trying to get like guest spots like Ice Nine Kills to do songs with them and shit, and it just isn't fucking working. Nothing that they've done new really has worked all that well. There might be a handful of fucking juggalos out there who like the new shit, but like their old shit was where they shined the most. And the reason why I think they shined the most in that shit was because of the fact that they had a filter. Take a look at fucking Vince Russo. When he was in WWE, he had some of the best fucking shit that WWE had put out. However, they had Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and Jim Cornette as filters for whatever the fuck Vince Russo had thought about. They would be the ones that would tell him, you have 100 ideas and 98 of them are dog shit. We'll take these 2 ideas, but fuck the rest of that dumb fucking bullshit, and we'll incorporate these 2 ideas into the show. But then when Vince Russo left and went to WCW, he was given the same spot that Eric Bischoff had, which gave him free and total fucking control of whatever storylines that he wanted to write. And so he was taking those 100 ideas, the dog shit stories included, and inserting them into WCW, and you wonder why WCW was losing fans and money. And it's the same thing I feel like with this right here. Twiztid was great when they were underneath a filter, but now that they're on their own and they don't have the filter, with Paul trying to say, well, if we didn't leave, then we wouldn't be able to be the Twiztid that we want to be. Well, now they are, and it's fucking dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Nobody that I know really wants to listen to the new Twiztid stuff that has been coming out. Like everybody wants what Twiztid has been putting out, from Most Tasteless all the way up to Abominations. And it's difficult for them because they feel like that they have been, that they've been stifled creatively. They have a fucking rock album. Mutant was a rock album. And Man's Myth was better. Man's Myth had better fucking quality in their shit. And then they tried to do the rock thing when they were, they're better rappers. They're better as rappers than they are of rockers. There's no problem with putting a little rock element into your fucking music, but when you're trying to make that like a full thing, hell no. And it also reminds me of this shit that fucking a good friend of mine once told me a long time ago. Because like at some point I tried to turn this channel into a gaming channel because I thought that it would provide more viewers, but I was told, look, I already have an established fan base on here, and the established fan base are not going to want to see you do something completely fucking different away from the Juggalo shit and all that other stuff, because I was having some sort of a fucking crisis with my channel. And he said, you could do that if you want to, but it would be just easier if you were to create a whole new channel and do gaming off of that channel. You'll be able to have a better fan base and a new fan base on top of that, if you were to remain consistent with it. If you were to do that on your already established Juggalo channel, it would take you 4 times the effort to get to where you are right now and try to add some more shit. So so basically I just gave up on the idea of turning this channel into a fucking video game streaming channel, but the damage has already been done. And I think at this point with Twiztid trying to go from being hip hop into fucking rock artists while trying to keep the established fan base that already enjoy the shit that they're fucking doing, like I said, it's going to take them 4 times the fucking effort that they did in Psychopathic to make themselves as successful, if not more successful, as rockers than they were as rappers in Psychopathic with Magic Ninja. Like, what they should have done, like, the only thing that should have been a change up was the logo that they put on the back of their albums, not everything. And so they fucked up.
We play different buildings, you know. If put it this way, if their name would have never came up on this thing, would you have any idea who Twiztid was?
I would not personally.
But if you kind of like did your
Did you know who Insane Clown Posse was 2 years ago?
I did.
So I mean, that's the point. So I'm saying they constantly get that because we came out with them. So like, you know, any interview they do, we come up. You know what I'm saying? So you know, with ICP, this and that. Yeah. So you know, it just drives them insane to the point where, like, what was it, like 2 years or a year and a half ago, something like that. We did an interview on LA with this guy called No Jumper. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And whatever, we went on there. We're kicking it. Whatever, did an interview. However many months later,
Weeks later.
yeah. Well, yeah. What do you want? It was like right away later. You know what I'm saying? The guy had Twiztid on there. And we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But somebody told me, they're like, oh yeah, they're on there. So I checked it out. I was like, fuck it, let me hear what they said, you know? They told our fucking story of how we came up in the music industry.
They stole your story.
They took our story and told this man, both of them told this man, that I couldn't, this is why I was like, yo, super fuck them.
What do you say?
Wow.
What happened to us?
Now, like, I don't think I ever watched that No Jumper interview, but that is just some bull ass shit. Wow.
As we sit here today, what do you say to Twiztid?
It's not even Twiztid anymore. We don't know who that is.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I agree at that point. Like, at that point, it's like, it's not even Twiztid anymore. They're complete, like, and you can hear the frustration in Jay's voice with this. It's not even Twiztid anymore. They don't even know who the fuck these guys are. Yeah, at one point, Twiztid were Dons of Psychopathic. They were like the other co-owners of the label at one point. Yeah, because like it was ICP, Twiztid, and Billy Bill, and Jump Steady. There was like 6 fucking Don Megas of Psychopathic, and they were all fucking getting big ass paychecks. But I guess they left because, you know, they felt creatively stifled, and that's the only main reason why they left.
It's not our boys. It's like they're fucking like aliens, man. Like the moves they do are so low and fucking no respect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, who the fuck is that? They were like that when we knew them. We were riders, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are like no limit to how low you'll sink. You know what I'm saying? It's
when I seen that, I
it's
couldn't
like,
believe it.
But the thing is, we don't want to sit there and preach it and yell it everywhere. We don't talk about it. We haven't talked about it since the gathering 3 years ago. That's the first time we
don't waste our energy even thinking about it.
Palcast over that Garbage Freak Show podcast. All right, I'll take that.
Hold on.
We haven't talked about it since the gathering 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think, Don, I have to agree. I think that's what it was. I think, you know, I think part of it, they felt creatively stifled. And yeah, creatively stifled, yet knocks off old gimmicks without Psychopathic members. Well, see, Valley, when I say that they were creatively stifled, like I said before, the reasoning that Twiztid gave out for leaving Psychopathic was because they said if we didn't leave Psychopathic, then they would not be the Twiztid that they want to be, or some shit like that. But the way that Paul explained it, it sounded like that they were being creatively stifled, like they were being held back in a sense, like they were not. Like they were told that they were not allowed to do certain things. However, if they were to own their own record label, they would be able to put out the things that they want to put out, and have a little bit more creative freedom, which, as we all know, that is a fantastic fucking thing that they did, because I mean, like, other than Astronomicon, I would have to say, musically speaking, they're fucking, like, they're floundering musically speaking. And I think the only thing that's keeping them afloat really is a lot of the fucking shit like Astronomicon, and then also shit like the old gimmicks. You know, like they tried to fucking do that shit with the Riders and Diet Lotus. But I think what's really keeping them afloat is them doing the fucking Most Tasteless tour, Freak Show tour, the Green Book tour, you know, shit like that, where they're like doing the tours or the shows that have something to do with doing one of their albums in its entirety. Just like how ICP did with all the fucking Joker cards. You know, because ICP did a Ringmaster tour, they did a Malenko tour, they did a fucking Riddlebox tour. You know, they did a one spot shot with the Carnival of Carnage shit, where the you know all of that other stuff. I would love to know how they made AXE sound noticeably worse. Probably made AXE possibly do shit in their studio and not their own studio. I don't know. But Super Famous Funtime guys seem to be doing pretty well. I don't know. You know what it is? They're creatively stifling AXE with what they have. Maybe that's what's happening. They're doing the exact same shit that ICP did to them in Psychopathic. They're doing the same thing to AXE, maybe? I don't know. I haven't talked... I don't really talk to the guys in AXE like that, so I wouldn't be able to know. The Riders is a parody of the OG Psychopathic Riders. No, that was them biting off the idea. And like I said, Fairy, beforehand, the whole Psychopathic Riders thing was meant to do that type of shit, where they could have spin-offs and solos and shit like that. Like I said, Twin Gats had a full-length album. Lil Shank had that one single that was in the Pendulum comics, The Game Ain't Got No Love. Or What Riders Do for Money, or maybe that was a whole Riders thing. I don't know. But like Lotus, as everybody else that was signed to M&E, that, or not Lotus, but the Riders, which was everybody that was in the Psychopathic Riders that's now set on M&E, you know, like that makes sense to do that type of shit. But them doing Diet Lotus, on the other hand, dog shit. And I agree with Don Chaos that Twiztid wants to go mainstream. Like, that's the reason why they fucking started doing the rock shit, and they were adding people like Ice Nine Kills to their shit and trying to get people coming to, you know, like doing feature spots in their songs, or working with other people that were trying to get in the mainstream, going to the fucking Warp Tour and putting Gmo Ski on the Warp Tour as well. Which Gmo Ski is a completely different fucking situation. But nevertheless, it's like, no, sorry, bro, but like ICP did the best they could to try to get you guys to match up to them, and they never could. As a matter of fact, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go on Wikipedia right now. I want to see something. Alright, so I'm going to look up Twiztid's Wikipedia. And I'm going to look at awards. And listen, fam. They have all of these fucking albums. You know what? I'm going to actually put this over here just so that way you guys can see it yourselves. So, okay, you've got the Twiztid discography right here. Some of their stuff that they're talking about. Okay, so like, yeah, Unlikely Prescription, Glyph, Welcome to Your Funeral, Future Plans, whatever the fuck. So there's all of this shit, the members. Here's the here's the discography: Most Tasteless, Freak Show, Mirror Mirror, Green Book, Mansmith, Mutant, Independence Day, Wicked, Heartbroken and Homicidal. I thought that album sucked. Abominations, I thought that was terrific. A New Nightmare, The Darkness, The Continuous Evolutions of Life's Question Marks. Generation Nightmare, Mad Season, Revelation, Unlikely Prescription, Glyph, Welcome to Your Funeral. These are the only awards and nominations that they've got. 2017 for the Green Book. Detroit Music Award for Outstanding Anthology, Compilation, or Reissue. They were only nominated for it. Twiztid as a whole for Outstanding Rap Producer, nominated. And The Continuous Evolution of Life's Question Marks. I mean, good album cover, shitty fucking album name for Outstanding Rap Record. These were the only 3 nominations that they've ever fucking had. None of their albums are gold. None of their albums are platinum. Like, these motherfuckers have only gone so far as to get aluminum. And I don't even doubt, and I doubt even that. None of these fucking things. And what sucks is, like, okay, you take a look at some of these like, you take a look at some of these release numbers. Like, when Most Tasteless came out, it hit at 149 of the top 200 Billboard. 51 for Freak Show. 52 for Green Book. Mansmith 62. Mutant 80. That really shows how much the Juggalos love their fucking rock shit. When Mutant comes out like a month after Mansmith and they only reach 80. That's like 2 to 4 fucking paychecks that you could save $11.99 to get the physical copy, and it still only reached 80. Independence Day 57. Wicked was at 11. Heartbroken and Homicidal was at 29. Abominations at 18. The Darkness at 29. 28 of Continuous Light Evolution bullshit. 51 for Generation Nightmare, and then ever since then everything's been all fucking mostly digital. You got these compilation albums, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to look at that shit. Mixtapes, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. No, what I give a fuck about... Yeah, there's Twiztid with their LLC from 2012 to 2013. Yeah, for like the first 2 years after they left. But like... Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Okay, do they have any gold singles? Do they have any gold albums? No. Like nothing. Nothing. And the point that I was making with talking about this was the fact that Twiztid had the capability, I feel, to be on the same plane as ICP, as Insane Clown Posse, at the top of their game, and they were still low ranked. Yes, Ninja. Yes, Ninja with a pencil is correct. Now, Wes, I have no problem. Like, that was one thing that that Joe and Joey have always said, that they could continue with their gimmick even if they left. Like, that was always a deal with Psychopathic artists, is that whatever gimmick that they had, if they were to leave the label, they keep the gimmick. Like, they didn't want to be like WWE and basically fucking hold on to the rights of the gimmick of Twiztid. They are Twiztid. Kind of like how Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan, no matter where he goes. The Rock and Roll Express are the Rock and Roll Express, no matter where they go. It's retarded for people to be like, oh yeah, well, John Moxley in the Indies, and he ended up becoming somebody else in WWE, but then he goes back to being John Moxley when he's in AEW. Like, ICP didn't want to be like Vince McMahon in that sense, where it's just like, no, you have no choice. We hold the gimmick. And shit like that. Like, Jay gave Twiztid their fucking name. I'm sure that they came up with Jamie Madrox and Monoxide Child on their own, as opposed to Bones and Hectic respectively. but still, like, the thing though that I'm saying is, like, okay, ICP tried to do everything in their power to make Twiztid as popular as them. Everything that they fucking did to try to help boost Twiztid, they did, but Twiztid could only get to a specific fucking level. ICP has multiple fucking singles and albums that are either gold or platinum, and Twiztid can't even scratch that fucking surface. It's going to take a very, very, very long time before any of their fucking albums go gold. Especially with the new market that we're in right now, with everything going digital, because, like, the new gold has been dropped and the new platinum has been fucking dropped as well. So, like, and not just the creative stifleness, but also the fact that no matter how hard Twiztid fucking tries with anything that they do, they cannot reach the same level that Insane Clown Posse has. And the reason why they left, I feel, is because of envy of that popularity that Insane Clown Posse has, and they thought that they were better. And so they decided that if they were going to be able to venture out on their own and do the shit that Jay was not letting them fucking do, then they would actually be better. And I feel like that they were in the wrong for that. They should have, you know, but, like, at the same time, envy can do a lot of things to a man's soul. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like that's why they left. But because of their fucking pride, they burned a bridge. And I know that I'm at 7 minutes on this, and I think I'm just going to cut it at that, because I'm starting to get pissed off. Yeah, I remember when Green Book fucking came out. You know, I remember that when Green Book fucking came out, they were trying to do a side label with fucking what's his goddamn name? Tom Dub. They were gonna do shit with Tom Dub, and then Tom Dub was like fucking making it difficult for ICP and Twiztid to stay in connects when they were on their fucking tour, and it was causing a rift between ICP and fucking Twiztid. Meanwhile, Tom Dub was siphoning fucking money from the company and saying that the money was going to go, you know, and on top of that, like, here's the thing though, Twiztid wanted to start Magic Records, and I remember that because they were advertising that shit in the Green Book shit. Like, they were going to start Magic Records, and Psychopathic said that they were going to put half the fucking money into their own record label. And I believe Magic Records was supposed to be a subsidiary label or something to that effect, where, like, they had control of what happened at Magic Records, but, like, they were trying to fucking keep the shit together with Twiztid at the same time. But ICP said that they were going to put half of whatever it was going to take for Magic Records to get launched off the ground to, you know, they were going to put half the fucking money into it. And after the Tom Dub thing, when everybody found out that Tom Dub was being a snake, they fucking fired Tom Dub, and everything was back to normal until 2012 when they left because of the Abominations thing. You know, so it was like, oh yeah, that's another thing that I forgot about, was the Abominations thing. Because Abominations wasn't marketed the way that they thought it should have been marketed. As a matter of fact, let's go back to this. What did I say about fucking, you know, what did I say about the release of Abominations? Number 18. Like, number 18 on the fucking Billboard charts in the United States. And they were unhappy with that? Like, they were unhappy with Abominations despite being poorly advertised. They were upset with Abominations being number 18 on the top 200 fucking Billboard. And then they left. Like, if you ask me, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Because I remember when Abominations fucking came out, I did not see... Yeah, I didn't see any advertising for Abominations. They plugged the shit out of the Darkness. And yet the Darkness only got 29. And 28. And then 51. And you can see ever since they fucking left Psychopathic, their shit has not been as good in releases. Well, that's the thing, Warlock side. I don't think that they are riding DL nuts. This is an older video. Like, this video came out like 2 years ago. But I needed something to watch.
We don't waste our energy even thinking about it.
Palcast over that Garbage Freak Show podcast. All right, I'll take that.
Palcast over every podcast.
That's right.
In the world.
What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
Mono? I'm just twisting your nips. Happy Tuesday, pals.
Hold on.
Kigan, why did Jimmy Madjocks beat your butt?
Why'd he beat my butt?
Yeah, the big rumble took place on...
He was, I guess, upset.
It was a cage match, right?
Yeah, it was a cage match. Yeah, he was super angry.
Dog
and
collar
it
cage
was
match.
For the world championship title. He wanted it pretty badly. I
It
didn't even care for
it was for the women's heavyweight title.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for the biggest breasts.
Right. It's a pretty even match. You guys got a tag team belt for that.
Yeah, a lot of titty twisters.
Twiztid has never fully commented on why they left. Are they really the victims they've been made out to be?
No, War, this is Shaggy dissing Twiztid for 10 minutes straight.
Absolutely not. They haven't commented because what are they, if they tell the truth, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be like, wow, they fucked those guys up. You know what I'm saying?
What is the truth?
The truth is that they're a bunch of fucking conniving fucking. They're no good. You know what I'm saying? They're evil, basically. You know, it's
They joined on to the dark side. That's how he should have said it. They joined the dark side.
They bounced out on us with rage in their heart. You know what I'm saying?
That's the strange thing. Rage. What's fuck?
Right, exactly. What from? Don't know. You know what I'm saying? The funny part is you know, through like social media and stuff, they try to contact me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not part of this fucking crew or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh, it's all good, man. I'm cool with you, but fuck these guys. Nah.
Yeah, like that's kind of fucked up that they would try to do that with Shaggy, knowing that, dude, Shaggy and Jay are like fucking, dude, like chocolate and peanut butter, bro. Lamb and tuna fish, peanut butter and jelly. You know, like they're a unit. ICP is a fucking unit. And like they're trying to fucking be like low key going to Shaggy for this shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works, you know.
Shaggy, what do you think of Straight Jacket already working with MNE on their Xmas song? Can you elaborate or no? Cause drama, much motherfucking clown love. I think it's some whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Me and him were good homies, and that's all he did was talk shit about them guys. And so for him just to go over there and do that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that sounds familiar. That seems like a lot of shit that a lot of people fucking did, where it's just like, oh, okay, if you have one minor problem with Insane Clown Posse, you can just, there's always, you know, M&E's always a fucking home for you. Right, Otis?
That was a little bit knife in the backish, you know what I'm saying? Keegan, you better not betray and go to Twizzler. I guess technically, if you're not like fucking rolling with us 100%, it's not betrayal at all.
No, I'm happy where I'm at.
Which, honestly, I will have to give Keegan credit where credit is due. I do not believe that under any circumstances, since he's been flying solo with his fucking show, that he has done anything with Magic Ninja. Like, he's still fucking down dedicated to Psychopathic in a sense. Like, he's still got Juggalo 100% ICP shit in his heart. Even though he's doing a lot of those fucking prank calls, you know what I'm saying?
Besides, Jamie Magic's already beat him up.
We're letting it happen what they kind of wanted to happen when they split up with us. They want to go their way. We're going, hey, you go your way, we're going our way. You know what I'm saying? We're just holding the thread together with them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's us always holding the thread.
You know what's weird about this fucking shot right here is like Shaggy is putting it down, right? And it's usually Jay that's the one who won't shut the fuck up. But now it's like Shaggy, this is his fucking interview, bro. So, like, very little times do you ever see Shaggy fucking holding down the conversation and Jay trying to interject and not talk. Because how often is it that it's fucking Jay that's doing all the fucking talking all the time? But lately, like, ever since this, it's like Shaggy, ever since this started, Shaggy has been fucking talking a lot more. I'm going to rewind it back to the very beginning of this.
No, I'm happy where I'm at.
Besides, Jamie Magic's already beat him up.
We're letting it happen what they kind of wanted to happen when they split up with us. They want to go their way. We're going, hey, you go your way, we're going our way. You know what I'm saying? We're just holding the thread together with them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's us always holding the thread. Now it's like, thread's gone, you do you. We're going to do us. We ain't changing shit how we do it. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, don't get that shit twisted.
Motherfuckers is soft, trying to be hard though. You can tell it to the Benedict Darno.
Oh, that's fucking great. Oh my god, are they wearing fake teeth or did somebody crop those fucking teeth out? God damn. Dude, I should, like, for future shows, I need to fucking create a full screen cap thing where it's just like, okay, screenshot this, make your memes. Oh god, that one. Like, look at Jamie. Like, what the fuck? Help, he's got his finger in my booty. Methamphetamine child. For real, dude. Remember when Jamie lost all the fucking weight when the mugshot that came out and everybody thought he had cancer? Nah, fuck you, Otis. See, I think, like, when you listen to Psychopathic Soldier, I get the feeling that between Jay and Shaggy, Shaggy felt hurt the most. And he's putting a lot of his fucking heart and soul into that track. But of course, you know, you also listen to Seriously Hilarious, and Jay is just fucking angry.
Dealing with them little girls, it's bigger deals. Us against the world. Juggalos will unite. We told ya, feel the power of psychopathic soldiers. Gear up.
Yeah. Yeah. Aussie Juggalo did a very good job with this. Like, the beginning was kind of fucking stale sauce, but that was because he was reusing the same fucking monoxide child thing over and over and over again. But I gotta say, man, like, all of that together, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was funny as hell. And, you know, it definitely fucking brought back a lot of painful shit, which makes me feel like I still feel to this day like my decision to no longer fucking associate myself with a lot of Twiztid's music and their shows and shit like that. I personally feel like I made the right choice. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that it's the choice that you guys have to fucking make too. You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like this is what this is my step in the direction, because I don't want that kind of energy, you know, because like all the stuff that I saw, it just felt like fucking pure rage and evil and envy and stuff. And I didn't want to have myself associated with that kind of stuff. But like, if motherfuckers want to, you know, listen to Twiztid, by all means, that's your decision. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. That's the end of the show. That's all I've got. And see, also, yeah, you got a pal in me video with Shaggy in the creep scenes. Like, dude, I really enjoyed how that fucking shit went. And just revisiting that fucking shit and going down that lane, like, I mean, yeah, it was a little bit hurtful to see how things fucking went down the way that they did and shit. And I don't know. In a way, I'm gonna say, you know, I'm just gonna be straight and honest with you guys because that's the best thing that I can do. In a way, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing the fence mended, the bridge rekindled, all that other shit. You know, like, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I definitely have to still, you know, like, even if that were to happen. Hold on a second, I gotta find this picture so I can show you guys a reference. Like, even if the shit did fucking happen, where, like, those, you know, like, those two camps were able to make amends, I know for a fact that every Juggalo that's on this side of the fence would be all about giving the bombastic side eye, like JD Vance did. You know what I'm saying? Like, every Juggalo would be fucking laser focused on Twiztid, making sure that Twiztid didn't fuck up. You know, and when Paul fucking made that apology, I was like, that's a start. You know, like, what Paul was doing, that's a good start. Apologize, now show that you mean what you say, and hopefully the bridge could be fixed rather than still smoldering in cinders. But with that being said, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Thank you guys for being here and watching this with me. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out the description. There's a couple of homies in there that I would like to see you guys motherfucking subscribe to. Don Chaos, Tales from the Lotus Podcast, Bartle Boss. Those guys are up in there. Check that out. Check out the merch. All that shit. I'll see you guys next week. And continue to be on the lookout. I might be able to put more shit up on this channel rather than the live stream. That being said, I'm Kreyz McKormik. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.